In the heart of Oluwoko, a village surrounded by vast fields and towering palm trees, two twin sisters, Kemi and Remi, were born under the bright light of a full moon. From the moment they came into the world, their lives were woven together like the fine threads of their mother's woven baskets. They shared everything, their clothes, their food, their dreams. Where one went, the other followed. As children, they played in the river, splashing water on each other, their laughter echoing through the village. If one got in trouble, the other took the blame. If one fell sick, the other stayed by her side, refusing to leave. The villagers often said, "If you see Kemi, you have seen Remi." Their bond was unbreakable. A change in destiny. As they grew into young women, their lives remained intertwined. They helped their mother in the market, selling yams and groundnuts. They cooked together, fetching firewood and pounding yam in the same rhythm. They dreamed of building a small shop where they could sell colorful fabrics and beads. But life, as it always does, had other plans. At 30, Kemi met Tand, a hard-working and kind-hearted farmer. He was tall, with a deep voice and eyes that held stories of wisdom. He loved Kemi's laughter, the way she spoke with confidence, and the kindness she showed to everyone. One evening, as the sun set over the village, Tan came to their father's compound with his family. He knelt before Kemi's parents and said, "I love your daughter, and I want to marry her." Kemi's heart swelled with happiness, but when she looked at Remi, she saw the worry in her eyes. That night, under the mango tree where they always sat, Remi asked, "How will I live without you? We have never been apart." Kemi took her sister's hands and squeezed them gently. "Marriage won't change us, Remi. We will still be together, just in different ways." Remi tried to be happy for her sister, but deep inside, fear crept into her heart. The first separation. The wedding was a grand affair. The whole village gathered, singing and dancing. Kemi looked radiant in her beaded headpiece and flowing wrapper, her smile wide and full of joy. But as the time came for her to leave their father's house and move to Tan's home, Remi's heart ached. That night, she lay alone on their shared mat, hugging Kemi's old wrapper, tears rolling down her cheeks. It was the first time in 30 years she had slept without her twin beside her. Still, the sisters made sure their bond remained unshaken. Remi visited Kemi almost every day. They still cooked together, whispered secrets, and laughed over childhood memories. Their connection was so strong that even after marriage, people in the village still said, "Kemi and Remi are one soul in two bodies." A love that took Remi far away. 5 years passed, and then it was Remi's turn to fall in love. She met Daniel, a businessman from Ghana. He was gentle, smart, and treated her like a queen. When he proposed, she was happy but also afraid. Moving to another country meant leaving Kemi behind. The night before her wedding, she and Kemi sat under their mango tree, just like they had years ago. "You must go, Remi," Kemi said softly. "Love is a journey, and this is yours to take." Remi wiped her tears. "But how will I live without seeing you every day?" Kemi smiled and pointed to the phone she had bought a year before. "We have something our mothers never had, phones. Technology, a new bridge." From the day Remi left for Ghana, technology became their lifeline. Every morning, they spoke over the phone, sharing every detail of their lives. One day, as Kemi sat under the old mango tree in the village, she sent Remi a picture of a ripe mango. "Do you remember our childhood spot?" she texted. Remi, sitting in her apartment in Ghana, smiled. "How could I ever forget?" Even miles apart, they found ways to stay connected. One evening, Remi sat outside, watching the Ghanaian sunset, her phone pressed to her ear. "Kemi, I miss home." Back in the village, Kemi did the same, staring at the golden sky. Home is not just a place, Remi. It's us. Months later, a package arrived for Kemi. She opened it to find a beautiful Ghanaian fabric from Remi. She pressed the fabric to her chest, feeling her sister's love across the distance. A few months passed, and Kemi gathered the family for a video call. She held up her phone, showing Remi's smiling face to their parents and relatives. "Look who's here with us," Kemi announced. Laughter and excitement filled the air. Even though Remi was miles away, in that moment, she was home. A reunion years in the making. After years of being apart, Remi finally prepared to visit home. She packed gifts, fabrics, chocolates, and souvenirs for Kemi and the family. At the airport, Kemi stood anxiously, her heart pounding. She adjusted her modern African dress, scanning the crowd. When Remi stepped off the plane, she searched the crowd, and the moment her eyes met Kemi's, they filled with tears. The sisters ran toward each other, embracing tightly, tears streaming down their faces. The years melted away in that single hug. Back in the village, drums played, and food was shared. Laughter and joy filled the air as the sisters sat under their old mango tree again. As the sun set, painting the sky in orange and pink, Kemi and Remi sat side by side, hands intertwined. "No matter where life takes us," Remi whispered, "we will always stay connected." Kemi nodded, squeezing her sister's hand. Some bonds, the deepest, strongest ones, are never broken, no matter how far apart life takes us.